Morning, folks. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, it is our weekly Take the Point show where we talk sports, and doggone it, I got to find more friends who don't have jobs. It's their jobs just take them away from stuff, and Weeze couldn't be here tonight because he has to go down to West Frankfort to go watch a basketball game, work a basketball game. Jamie couldn't be here tonight because he's over at his job in wherever the heck that is, and Lucas couldn't be here tonight because he's got to be down in West Frankfort as well. But we'll be okay without him. That's fine. This is our weekly Take the Point show. We've done it before. We'll do it again. It's not that big a deal. Let's give you all. Hope you've all made it comfortably through this ugly cold week. Boy, I hope you're not like me, that you just get, as the colder it gets, you just get crankier and crankier and crankier. But which makes, when it gets to -2 or whatever it got to Wednesday morning, that makes me a little bit cranky. But I'm better now because this is a Friday and we're going to have a good time. Friday, January 24th. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on this weekend. Even though it's warming up a little bit, that it's still not going to get too far over freezing, maybe 4, 5, 6 degrees over freezing, but that's no reason to stay in, as all kinds of good stuff going on this weekend, beginning over in Kinmundy at 6 p.m. tonight. This is fun. At the Kinmundy Christian Church, they are hosting an Elvis tribute artist this evening. They're going to do a gospel part of the show. It's going to be at the Christian Church, so you know they're going to have some gospel. Elvis had some beautiful gospel music. If you look over the full breadth of his career, some of his gospel is just gorgeous. They're going to be hosting this tonight. From the gospel portion of the show will be from 6 o'clock until 7 o'clock. And then old-timey rock and roll going from 7:15 to 8:15. So they're getting 2 hours. It's free to the public. The Stuart Chapman is a world-known, award-winning Elvis tribute artist, as he's been performing at the Main Event Theater in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. You might have seen him at the Pigeon Forge Theater. I've never been to Pigeon Forge, but I'm certain it's a very wonderful place to see a show. What else is going on tonight, this Friday night, over at in Effingham, the Veterans of Foreign Wars? They are hosting, it's their monthly meal. This one is oven-fried chicken, along with mashed potatoes and gravy, a vegetable, dessert, coffee, tea, or lemonade. It's amazing to me that they still do it this way. It's $8. $8 in this day and age. All the funds go to the VFW Auxiliary. By all means, go eat, help them out. Throw a little extra money in there if you can. If you'd like more information, give them a call. Give Chuck Myers a call at 217-343-8313. You know, I mentioned the Stuart Chapman fella playing at the Kinmundy Christian Church. There's another one. If you're now, granted, Elvis would have been 90 earlier this month, were he still alive, but he had his 90th birthday on January 8th. There's another one going on Friday night at the Effingham Performance Center. One Night in Memphis. It's a rocking concert tribute to the legendary Sun Records recording artists Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, and of course Elvis Presley. Be a witness to rock and roll royalty. Jam session that pays tribute to the famous night, almost 70 years ago, December 4th, 1956, when the four legendary artists played together at Sun Records studio in Memphis. That is a lot closer to 70 years ago than I would have than I had even considered. Wow, December 4th, 1956. One Night in Memphis features hits including Blue Suede Shoes, Folsom Prison Blues, Great Balls of Fire, along with a whole lot of shaking going on, Shake, Rattle, and Roll, Don't Be Cruel, Hound Dog, and many, many more. You know there's going to be many more because they each last about 2.5 minutes. It'll be a great, good time, great fun. What's going on Saturday, January 25th? By the way, it's January 25th, one of my best friend's birthdays. Happy birthday, Greg. Hope you have a good one. Community breakfast over at Bluford. This will be at the Bluford Ruritan building. They do this every month. It's an all-you-can-eat breakfast. Biscuits and gravy, pancakes, sausage patties, scrambled eggs, grits. How many all-you-can-eat meals are you going to go find grits? None. This is great. Grits, coffee, milk, and orange juice. Cost is by donation. This is from 7 o'clock tomorrow until 9 a.m. in the morning, tomorrow morning. Just a wonderful opportunity to help out the folks at the Bluford Ruritans. What else is going on Saturday? Up in Effingham again from 11 o'clock to noon. Now, this is kind of a little early, but it's jazz, so it's a soft jazz trio, jazz guitar trio. The jazz guitar trio will perform at the Effingham Public Library. That's on North 3rd Street in Effingham. It'll be from 11 o'clock at the reading room in the library. Seth Harshman on guitar, Race Brighton on bass, and Jeremy Norris on drums. Together are the jazz guitar trio. All three study music at Eastern Illinois University. Harshman is a post-baccalaureate jazz performance major. Brighton's a music education major, and Norris a jazz performance major. There is no registration for the event, which is expected to last maybe an hour. Library card also not necessary to attend. That'll be fun. Visit effinghamlibrary.org if you'd like more information, or give them a call at 217-342-2464. to learn that more about that, and as well as other programs. What else on Saturday? This will be fun. It's also an afternoon event. You can get all the afternoon stuff out of the way. There's no football on Saturday. Football's almost over. There's 3 games left. That's all until August. Well, unless you count the USFL stuff. Winery Bingo tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. It's going to be at the Tuscan Hills Winery from 1 o'clock until 4 p.m. Let's play bingo, they say. By selling tickets ahead of time, they can make sure they're fully prepared with plenty of seating for the afternoon of fun. So give them a call if you're going to play. Please note the time change from the usual times. This is telling you it's in the afternoon on Saturday rather than the evening. There are no physical tickets. Your name will be on the list, and they'll greet you at the door. If you're part of a bigger group or maybe require assistance, please let them know, and they'll handle special requirements. Boys will help you out. They will put the names and tickets together. What you get a 6-pack of cards for 13 games. You get a drink. It's just $25. You're going to win a ton, as they'll also have bingo daubers available for purchase, or bingo markers to loan for the night. That's bad juju. You gotta have your own bingo dauber, don't you? I mean, if you're playing bingo, don't you pretty much have to have your own dauber? I guess other people. I know. I got to tell you, I never played bingo, but whenever I was calling bingo, there were people who would come in with these purses, and these purses would have. It was like bullets. You know how the people have the bullets in the vests or the across their chest. It'd be bingo daubers, boom, 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 just in case one ran out. And actually, some folks would use different daubers for different level, different letters. No, I'm not going to behoove anybody their bingo superstitions. No problem. Again, a 6-pack for 13 games and a drink for $25. They will also have door prize drawings as well. Winning door prize ticket will get a chance to spin the Wheel of Fortune with a gift card as well. Doors open at 1. Must be 21 years or older to play. What else going on? You want an entirely different change of pace on Saturday night? You can go to the bingo. You go to the breakfast. Go to the breakfast, go to the bingo, go to the jazz. You've got time to do all 4 of those things. And then, or all 3 of those things, and then you go to this one at night. I don't know about this one. Serial Killers with Dr. Bond. This is going to be at the Effingham Performance Center. Spend a deliciously chilling evening with the renowned criminologist and serial killer expert Dr. Scott Bond as he takes you inside the minds of the world's most savage and prolific murderers. I'm just reading it like I see it, folks. Dr. Bond reveals the insatiable psychological hungers that drive the likes of Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer to kill, especially repeatedly with impunity and with no remorse. He explains why the majority of serial killers are either psychopaths or sociopaths. That seems like that would, just go with the... This seems pretty much go with the course as how the two differ and the powerful influences of nature versus nurture on the development of fledgling serial killers. There you go. For caution, they do give you caution. Given the subject, the content in his show is frequently dark and can be disturbing. I'll bet he incorporates some dark humor, which in no way is intended to minimize the seriousness of the topic or the fact that lives and have been destroyed by diabolical killers he discusses throughout the show. There you go. Do all 4. That'd be a great day. That sounds like a wonderful Saturday. There you go. What else going on here on Friday the 24th? Ladies and gentlemen, National Peanut Butter Day. Every January 24th, this recognizes an American staple, probably in your pantry right now. Whether creamy or chunky, with chocolate or with jelly, peanut butter gets the recognition it deserves each year on January 24th. The early peanut butter made by the Aztecs and Incas around 1000 BC was more of a paste and not nearly as creamy as the peanut butter we know today. It really didn't become widely used until the 20th century. First, the peanut had to be considered more than animal feed, which it really wasn't until the late 1800s. George Washington Carver. At the turn of the century, inventions that made planting, cultivating, and harvesting the legume made it possible to see the peanut as a retail and wholesale food item. Peanut butter is a good source of vitamin E, niacin, calcium, potassium, iron, packed with protein, rich in healthy monounsaturated fat. Who brought it to the masses? Well, Marcus Gilmore Edson of Canada, John Harvey Kellogg, Dr. Ambrose Straub of St. Louis, Missouri, and chemist Joseph Rosefield. In 1884, Edson developed a process to make peanut paste from milling roasted peanuts between 2 heated plates. The famous cereal maker at the time, Mr. Dr. Kellogg, patented the process, which with raw peanuts in 1895, and Straub was responsible for patenting a peanut butter making machine back in 1903. And then it all came together as it was introduced to audience at the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis. That's pretty cool. I did not realize that. The man who brought peanut butter we know and love today was Joseph Rosefield in 1922. Through homogenization, he was able to keep peanut oil from separating from the peanut solids. He later sold the patent to a company that began making which one? Peter Pan was the first major peanut butter. How about that? How many calories are in peanut butter? 2 tablespoons of creamy peanut butter contain 188 calories. 2 tablespoons would be about right for a Pretty good sandwich. That'd be a plenty on a sandwich, I would think. So there you go. The more you know, huh? How about peanut butter? What else is going on here on the 24th, ladies and gentlemen? This is also Beer Can Appreciation Day. Beer Can Appreciation Day recognizes the great day in 1935 when beer was first sold in cans. Did you realize they weren't selling beer in cans until the 1930s? Of course, you had the whole 13 years where they weren't selling beer at all, but it was only in bottles until the 1930s. Back in those days, the American Can Company of Richmond, Virginia, made the drinkable canned beer possible. Kruger Brewing Company of Richmond, Virginia, took the risk with the American Can Company just weeks before the repeal of Prohibition. Weighing in at 4 ounces, the hefty steel cans opened with a church key. Local Kruger's drinkers favored the can over the bottle 9-1. In 1935, they invented the cone top. I don't see any cone tops in that particular picture. 1963 was the pull tab. Who invented it? Pittsburgh Brewing Company. You may have had it. Iron City Beer, IC Light. That's Pittsburgh Brewing Company. They invented the pull tab, much to the chagrin of those of us walking on in barefoot. And the stay tab was invented 12 years later. Who did this one? Great invention. I did not realize these people ought to be applauded. Ladies and gentlemen, Fall City invented the first pull tab that stays on, the stay tab. How about that? That's just incredible. In 1975, Fall City Beer, the first one to invent the stay tab. That's really cool. Looking at this picture of beers, these are most of these are pretty old. I've had probably about half of these. I've had a Schlitz. If you're looking at the bottom going up, I've had a Schlitz. Maybe not quite half. I've had Rhinelander. I've had Miller. I've had Michelob and a Michelob Light. I've never had that next one, Red Carpet beer, whatever that is, or that Big X, whatever that is. And then you're kind of difficult in the middle there. Goebbels I've had. Then you look up top. Look at that one with the guy with the hats. That's Burgermeister. I'd never heard of Burgermeister beer, but that came from apparently from Cincinnati, and I've never had any of that row. I've never had Bulldog either, so I probably have only had about a third of that list. So there you go. Always a lot of fun. What else going on this weekend? How about Saturday, folks? Saturday is National Irish Coffee Day. Makes you think I'm just all about alcohol. I'm really not. But National Irish Coffee Day kicks off January 25th each year with a mug of strong coffee, Irish whiskey, sugar, and topped with a layer of cream on a cold, wet day. In 1942, weary travelers to small Shannon Airport in southwest Ireland found their way to a restaurant, and Chef Joe Sheridan, to warm his guests, served them hot coffee spiked with whiskey and topped with whipped cream. The passengers asked if the beverage was Brazilian coffee. He responded, it was Irish coffee. Irish coffee, doggone it. Don't give the Brazilians any credit. Irish coffee. And a travel writer happened to, he brought Irish coffee to the United States after having it at the airport. It came to the United States in 1952. And there you go. There's a pretty picture of Irish coffee. I like how that cream is coming down in that. What's the correct way to spell Irish whiskey? Irish whiskey is spelled with an E rather than just W-H-I-S-K-Y. If you drop the E, it's Scotch whiskey. I did not realize that. I don't like whiskey. Will I like Irish coffee? If you're not a whiskey drinker, it's likely Irish coffee will not be to your taste. I don't like coffee. Will I like Irish coffee? They say they never trust anybody who doesn't like coffee. However, there's a chance you would like Irish coffee. So there you go. What do you want to see on TV, ladies and gentlemen? As Here, high school basketball, the Salem tournament continues again tonight. We will be in Salem. It's the SIT in the semifinals starting at 6 p.m. this evening. It's on Channel 98. It's also on Facebook and on YouTube, Wabash Catch TV West channel. NHL hockey tonight on Chicago Sports Network. It's Tampa Bay at Chicago. No NBA on television tonight that you can get on Wabash. Also, NCAA basketball. Triple header on Fox Sports 1 at 6 o'clock. Villanova versus Marquette, followed by Penn State versus Iowa in the Big Ten, and the UCLA versus Washington, also in the Big Ten. Also in the Big Ten, the big Fox game at 7 o'clock. Michigan travels to Purdue. That's a big game. Both of them ranked, and Purdue just lost at home on Tuesday night, so a big chance for Michigan there. St. Joe is at Dayton on ESPN2, followed by on ESPN. Oh, no, wait a minute. Toledo is at Bowling Green on CBS Sports Network. Doubleheader on ESPNU, Channel 365. Kent State at Ohio, followed by the Bonnies from St. Bonaventure at VCU. This is Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Take the Points edition. Back in a sec.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, folks. Bruce Dickey here with Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you also for tuning into Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. You can find it here daily at 9 a.m. and at 1 p.m. Talk about all kinds of different subjects. People, interesting folks in the community, community events coming up, just all kinds of stuff that will matter to you. Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks a lot. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
My grandfather, Carol Rush, opened Rush Appliance in October of 1949. This is Sean Rush, and I am driven by the same determination and commitment to quality that has set us on the road to success. A lot has changed in the appliance industry since 1949, but at Rush Appliance, we're doing everything we can to remain trusted, strong, and competitive. We are extremely proud of our roots, and we look forward to providing you with quality and service at Rush Appliance and Furniture Company in downtown Fairfield.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in as talking about sports today. We're going to have a good time talking about sports. Did you get a chance? If you're watching this show, you probably did, or you probably watched the college football game. I got to tell you, it was kind of anticlimactic, wasn't it? It seems like January 21st or 20th, after 3 weeks after the main bowl game days, it just seems too long to go to get to a championship game. Maybe they can I don't know, figure out a way to shorten it somehow. But it sure seems like doing that after the end of the NFL divisional games, it just kind of burned it out. But how about those Ohio State Buckeyes? They won the national championship, beat Notre Dame in a close game. Notre Dame played pretty well, but the Buckeyes pretty clear champions as they rolled over everybody in the playoffs. Won 4 games by hiccups. Pardon me, had a 70-point differential. Which brings me to this. Of course, they already have the odds out for next year's champion. Who is the favorite for the champion in college football next year? Now, of course, this doesn't have Illinois in it because, well, Illinois is this. I took this from an Illinois site. So they can't put Illinois colleges in. Illinois would probably be around, I don't know, in that 40-1 spot like Miami or something, I'm guessing. They're ranked number 14 preseason for next year, so that'd probably put them around that 40-1 with South Carolina, since they beat South Carolina. Probably put them in that same neighborhood. But Ohio State at 4-1 already picked to be the champ next year. I got to tell you, they do just reload, but it's kind of surprising to see him all the way down to 4. Maybe the thought process is that they're going to bring everybody back. They aren't bringing the running backs back. They're bringing Jeremiah Smith back, and that's a big deal. That's probably about the only receiver that they're bringing back. They're losing their quarterback. Maybe they just reload. I guess that's what the thinking is. I'm kind of surprised you can get 17-1 on Alabama, and for that matter, 16 on Tennessee. I'm Penn State at 11-1. They got a lot coming back. Ole Miss, they've already their quarterback at 15-1. Their quarterback's already announced they're winning the national championship next year, which is a pretty big announcement. That's pretty cool. And then you see, if you really want to go on a flyer, take Colorado at 120-1. Deion Sanders is still there. I bet you if he leaves, it'll move down in a heartbeat. How about Vanderbilt making this list at 150-1, still in the top 30 of the list? I am astonished and pleased for my Vanderbilt Commodore brethren. I have good friends who went to Vanderbilt, so congratulations on making the top of the list, at least the top third of the list. Even though, I mean, that's the thing. I didn't pull the picture, but you could go that list all the way down to like 130, and they'd be 2,000,000-1 or something to win the national championship. So there you go. That's college football national championships. Are you starting to watch college basketball? It's moving right along. I talked last week about getting ready for the NCAA tournament, who you might consider putting a little bit of a future money on. Here is the list this week. It's very similar to last week, although Florida dropped a little bit. Duke at 5-1, and Auburn at almost 6-1. Boy, I tell you what, you could take you could take one of those and feel pretty good, but Alabama at 14-1 is a pretty good bet too. I mean, there is some money to be made. Of course, you're going to have to be lucky and get the right team. So, and it's all kind of just a crapshoot when you get to the NCAA tournament. That's what that is. This is the NCAA tournament. Oregon all the way down to 85-1. You've got Baylor at 75 and a few others there. But then if you look at it, okay, Bruce, I'm not wanting to roll the dice. I want something that I can feel, well, a little bit better about, maybe a little bit more certain. Well, let's talk about conferences. Take a look. Here's the Big Ten. A lot of folks around here pay more attention to the Big Ten than anybody else. Now, this, of course, doesn't have Illinois in it either, because you can't bet on Illinois in Illinois. But if you could, I would say that Illinois would probably be in the 10-1. 10-1 or 15-1 area, because they got 3 losses. That's bad. Michigan State's undefeated. I must tell you, if you were going to bet on Michigan State, and it says to February 28th, but that won't be done until a week later. If you're going to bet on Michigan State to win the conference at 1.5, even though they are undefeated 7 games in, that's just crazy. This conference is wide open. There are still many games to be played. Michigan State's got a bunch of tough games left to go. Michigan's got a bunch of tough games. 2-1 is too high on Michigan. Purdue got beat on Tuesday night, and they're still 4-1 to repeat. So I would feel comfortable betting on nobody at this point if I was looking at the Big Ten. Taking a look at the Big 12, look at that. Negative money on Houston. How about that? They are just a juggernaut through that Big 12. They've got a nice lead going. I'm kind of surprised it's negative money with Iowa State creeping around too. Iowa State's the number 2 team in the country. They've won like 10 games in a row. They are playing extremely well, but folks aren't betting on who's playing extremely well. They bet on who they think is going to be playing well in March. Kelvin Sampson has a knack, doesn't he? If to be honest, it makes one sad, but he does. And also, let's take a look at the Southeastern Conference. Auburn at 2-1 or 1-2. That's just. There's still way too much basketball to be played. Auburn's good, but John I. Broom gets hurt, and he is hurt now. You just never know what can happen over the course of a basketball season. Let's take another quick break. We're going to talk championship games, NFL, when we get back here on Big Talk. Back after these. Stick around.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Hello, I'm Beth Cooper.
And I am Stacey Earlywine, and together we host By the Way with Beth and Stacey.
It airs Monday through Friday on Wabash Channel 100 at 11 a.m. and again at 3 p.m.
We love to follow Clay County history, and we've been venturing out too in other counties. We absolutely love history.
You can also find us on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is By the Way with Beth and Stacey, or like and follow us on Facebook.
Hey folks, welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I'm Bruce Dickey. As it's NFL time, folks. Let's talk NFL football. I've been putting it off for about a half an hour, and I'm just too long. It's Championship Sunday is here. I hope you enjoyed the divisional battles on Saturday and Sunday. They were fun. the Chiefs do it again. As here they look at the bracket. The Ravens have been eliminated. The Texans have been eliminated over there on the left-hand side of the screen, and on the right-hand side, you've got the Rams were eliminated last week by the Eagles, and how about the Washington Commanders winning on Saturday night up in Detroit? And they didn't just beat Detroit; they trounced Detroit. That was Detroit was close at the end, but it was not that close. It's the best rookie quarterback performance I've seen in a long time in the NFL. That's it's the first one to get to a conference championship game. Since Mark Sanchez, I think, was the last rookie, and that would have been 2007 or 8 or something like that. But that's what the bracket looked like. Of course, the AFC Championship game features. It's going to feature big Josh Allen there, as well as Patrick Mahomes. You got Travis Kelce, and I believe isn't that Amari Cooper, the wide receiver there? Or is that? I'm not sure which one. I think that's Amari Cooper for the Bills. And then you look, and you've got on the other side, we got Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley out in the snow, and over on the other side you have Jaden Daniels and McLaurin for the Washington Commanders. Are you used to calling them the Commanders yet? You kind of have to. That's cool. That's what they're going by, and that's what that's what their jerseys say. You kind of have to go by the Commanders. Well, their jerseys there say Washington, but how about the new ownership group at Washington? They just bought the team like last year. I think last fall was their first year owning the team, and Magic Johnson touches gold again. Magic Johnson, a part owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Washington Commanders. So who knows? If you're looking, we'll get into the games, each game itself in just a second. But if you're looking for a larger number, maybe than just the games, if you feel like you think the Commanders are going to win and you want to bet a larger number, well, that's what it is right now for each team to win. So if you put $10, $100 down on the Commanders and they win the next two games, by golly, that pay you $900. That's pretty cool. If you put $100 on the Chiefs and to win the next two and they win, that'll pay you $310. How about that? That's a pretty good number for a returning champion. And then you see that the Bills are even getting a better number than that. By put $100 on that, it'll pay you $360. $260 plus the $100 you put on. So I mean, those are some pretty good numbers. If you think the AFC is going to win in the Super Bowl, just put something down on one of those two. Now you got a 1 in 4 chance to be right, but the math doesn't really work with all of those. But who knows? And I think I talked about this a little bit last week. Let's say that we saw the last week how long shots some folks were. Now another game closer to the Super Bowl. How about the MVP? Well, the quarterbacks are still up there. The 4 out of the first top 5 Super Bowl MVP bets are quarterbacks. And I guess with the Chiefs and the Bills, if they win the Super Bowl, it's pretty much a guarantee that their quarterback's going to win the Super Bowl. The Bills were plus 260 to win the Super Bowl, and Josh Allen's plus 280. Yeah, these may not be that good of numbers actually to bet on. You got Terry McLaurin there though at 100 to 1. If the Commanders win, I have more trouble saying Commanders than anything else because I'm a Vanderbilt fan. I just talked earlier about Vanderbilt. I think if they're going to go with something like that, call them the Commodores. I love the name Commodores. That'd be a lot better. Washington's got river running through it. I mean, you have a Commodore there, and maybe I already call them the commies anyway. Probably couldn't have done that 50 or 60 years ago. Somebody might have taken offense, but they're calling the commies. That's a great name. Other than the communists, but commies for the Commanders. That's a good name if you don't mind. What somebody calls you. Who cares what people call you? Let's go to the games when we return. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back after this.
When Justin, a local volunteer firefighter, needs one of the department's trucks serviced, he calls Cam, whose repair company keeps everything rolling. In turn, Justin helps keep Cam and all of the community safe. Together, they support each other. And Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them and every member with safe and reliable power. It's why REMCs exist. And together, it all works.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hey folks, welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Cats TV. Thank you so much. As talking about the NFL right now, the Commanders and the Eagles play first on Sunday afternoon this weekend as they play at 2 o'clock. Right now, the Commanders are getting 6 points. The Eagles are taking 6 and are giving 6. The Commanders are taking 6. And the Bills are also underdog. They are the Chiefs are 2-point favorites. You see the over/under in both games set at 47.5. That's an interesting number for both of these games. When you start looking at over/under, you begin to think about weather. And both games actually are going to be pretty decent weather days. They're supposed to both be maybe a little cloudy, but not much, and not terrifically windy. So both games ought to present pretty good opportunities to score. It's going to be incumbent on each of the defenses to slow them down and stay under that number, that 47.5 number. The Commanders come in on a roll. They beat the Lions on the road. The last time a rookie quarterback went to the Super Bowl was, I want to say Tom Brady. If it wasn't, Joe Flacco was pretty young, but he wasn't a rookie when he went to the Super Bowl. I think Tom Brady went as a rookie and beat the Rams. So it has happened before for the opportunity for Jaden Daniels. Okay, you say, well, Bruce, we watched that game. I watched that game. Saquon Barkley's a machine. Jalen Hurts is a machine. They do that tush-push thing that they're they can score at will. Eagles easy. Well, I go back to the Eagles being a little banged up, and that I just keep that in mind as well. We'll get our picks going here in just a second, but the Eagles are a little bit banged up, and they have played the Commanders before, and they've been close games. So the one of them was a close game. The other one wasn't, but they've been close games. And then you look at the Bills and Chiefs. On the other hand, they've played already this year as well. They played up in Buffalo, and Buffalo beat the tar out of the Chiefs. They beat them pretty good. It was like 2 or 3 touchdowns a win for the Bills. Josh Allen going against Patrick Mahomes. They're 3-3 against each other, except Josh Allen keeps winning during the regular season. Patrick Mahomes keeps winning during the playoffs. And that's really kind of, if you look at the home field advantage should be at least 3 points for the Chiefs, right? And they're just a point favorite. So basically Vegas thinks Buffalo is the better team. And Buffalo had another loss in the season, but they had a real nice win over the Ravens. The Ravens outgained them. They were still able to win that ball game because the defense got them turnovers. The defense punched that ball out of Mark Andrews' hands, and Mark Andrews dropped the ball in the end zone at the end of the game. That's the thing. That game Sunday night with the Ravens and the Bills, what a game. And Buffalo held on by the skin of their teeth because Mark Andrews dropped the football. The point is, I think both those teams were better than the Chiefs anyway. All right, let's go. Let's talk about what the gang here is picking for this week. As by the way, here's the bracket for the Salem tournament. I'll have it filled out for you next week. We didn't fill that out this week. What are we doing as the team goes? Weeze likes the Chiefs. Weeze likes the Chiefs at -1.5. He got a -1.5. Jamie got a -1.5. Like I said, I'm getting them at -2. And so it's half a dozen of one, 6 of the other. Me and Lucas are both on the Bills. I'm on the Bills money line, and Lucas is taking the points. He's taking the points. He's got the Bills +1.5. What are we doing in the other one? We kind of split similar fashion. It's Weeze took the Eagles -6. Jamie took the Eagles -6. Lucas takes the over. Well, Lucas likes the over on the Philadelphia-Washington game. I like that too, 47.5. That's not the one I picked. I'm also taking the Commanders +6. So I've got underdog, winning both of those games. Or not winning the game. I've got Commanders covered. I've got Bills winning. I also asked the guys to do, let's pick a player prop. Player props are getting more popular. Folks are digging the player props. Let's just put up the conference championship predictions. I already said we're split on the games. How about the player props? Weeze has Xavier Worthy over 4.5 receptions for the Chiefs. That makes some sense. I've got James Cook over 54.5 yards rushing for the Bills. I think Cook is going to have to run well, and I think will run well in Kansas City. Jamie has a Isaiah Pacheco anytime touchdown. That's almost 2-1. He's looking to get the big bucks, as he's got two picks in the Bills Chiefs game. He's got the Josh Allen first touchdown as well. There at 6-1, and Lucas has an anytime touchdown for +100 for that Bills game. In the Commanders game, Weeze has AJ Brown under 61 yards. Of course, you saw AJ Brown reading a book on the sideline a couple of games ago. Maybe he's learning. Who knows? Lucas has Saquon getting 2 touchdowns at +220. I've got Jalen Hurts under 29.5 yards rushing. Bruce, Jalen Hurts can run the ball. If he hit just 2 or 3 tush pushes, he'll get to 29.5 yards. Did you see how Jalen Hurts went down? This is actually the reason I'm taking the Commanders in this game. Did you see how Jalen Hurts went down? I couldn't find a picture of it, or I'd show it to you, where he went down on his left knee. He went down on his left knee in such a fashion that it stretched just about every ligament in the knee. Now nobody's saying nothing. It's kind of, at this point in the playoffs, you're supposed to indicate whether players are injured or not, and you're not supposed to hide anything on the NFL sheets. I think Philadelphia is hiding. I think Jalen Hurts is hurt. I think he'll play a good first half. I think second half he's not going to play as well. Whatever his knee is doing to him is going to reach up and grab him. That's why I'm taking the Commanders. So there you have it, folks. There's what we're doing. We did okay last week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We were 8 and 9 with 3 pushes. Right, 3 pushes. So there you go. That just kind of gives you an idea. Do your own thing. Good luck to you. We'll see what happens. We're gonna talk a little hockey. We're talking what? Hockey stick. We're gonna talk hockey when we return. Back after this.
Fashion is our passion at Carnaby Square. We specialize in customer service and have since 1980. Our multi-generational boutique features your favorite on-trend to classic famous maker fashions, footwear, accessories, and a massive inventory of Brighton. So come, relax, explore, and elevate your look with us. Everyone is welcome, where we always wrap it, tag it, and bag it for free at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Just a few minutes to talk about. I promised it. We're going to do it. We're halfway through the season. I haven't talked about hockey. I feel terrible. Here is a look at what hockey looks like right now. The NHL Championship Stanley Cup. It'll be in June, but if you want to bet on a Canadian team to win the cup, Canadian teams have not won it for over 30 years. By all means, go ahead and bet on the Oilers at 6-1. They have the best player in the game who's coming off a suspension, Connor McDavid, but they are in a tough conference. Both who's kidding who? Both conferences are pretty doggone tough. West, I think, is tougher than the East, though, as that's why you have the next 3 picks are all from the East, because they think it might be easier to get there from the East. I don't know. The Oilers at 6, because those teams get to avoid the Oilers until the final. But the Oilers, if you look at the Well, if you look at the standings, here's the East, but take a look at the West. The Oilers aren't even at the top of their division. It's because they're playing well, but they're third in the West in terms of points. Winnipeg up on top. Where is Winnipeg in that list? Winnipeg not even in the top. They're there, number 9 at 16-1. You know why that is? Because nobody likes betting on the President's Cup winner. The Washington Capitals right now would win the President's Cup as they're at 69 points, and that's pretty good. All right, how about our St. Louis Blues, folks? Do they have a shot? Well, you can say they have a shot. There's 30 games to go in the regular season, 33 games to be exact for the Blues anyway. They're at 50 points. They would not make the playoffs if the season ended today. However, the season doesn't end today, so they still have chances to get ahead of the Calgary Flames, and that's basically the only team that they have to get in front of, and they got to stay in front of the Canucks, but need to get ahead of the Calgary Flames. And now, granted, look at it there, the Calgary Flames have 3 games in hand against the Blues, although the Blues just beat them twice unbelievably at the Enterprise Center a couple of last week. I don't know. The Blues are 75-1 to win the Stanley Cup. Yeah, that's not a bad bet at 75-1. I'm not going to bet it. I don't usually do things like that unless it's like golf or something like that. I like to tell you the truth. I mean, I like the Bruins at 30-1. They are, but they're not even in the playoffs now. So maybe that's not a good idea. Bruins wouldn't be in the playoffs. They'd be close. But hockey is hockey's coming along, and if talking about hockey, almost well over halfway into their season. Speaking of over halfway through their season, how about the NBA? The Celtics. See, this is the thing. Look at hockey. You've got 3. There's only one team under 6-1 to win. If you're going to bet a sport, it's a heck of a lot more fun to bet hockey when you can get big numbers like that, as opposed to this where you got the Celtics and the Oklahoma City Thunder are both just huge favorites to win their conferences. And the Cavaliers are the only other team under 10-1. The Cavaliers have the best record in the league. Oklahoma City at 35-7. Hey, that's pretty good. They're just over halfway through the season, and they're well ahead of the rest of the West. But in the East, you've got the Cavaliers 7 games ahead of Boston. Boston's the champs. Everybody is thinking that the champs are going to come back and hold off or knock off the Cleveland. Right now, the champs would have to play the Knicks in the playoffs, and the Knicks are going to be no fun for anybody. The Knicks are going to be in the second round most likely. Whereas the Cavaliers would get the Bucks in the second round. The Bucks not playing that well. Now that's just if things ended today. Of course, that's the thing. Things are not ending today. There's a whole another 40 games to go in the NHL and in the NBA. I just show you all that to keep you a well-informed sports fan. It's important to us here at Wabash Catch TV. And you probably didn't realize that the Cleveland Cavaliers have the best record in the NBA. Maybe pay attention, but yeah, that's the best record in the NBA as the Cavaliers. That's a really good team. They're playing really well, and they're going to be tough to catch. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. What did we talk about? College football, college basketball, NFL, NBA, NHL. Ladies and gentlemen, a full-service show here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey today. Take the Points edition. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see if I can get the guys in next week, at least 1 or 2 or 3 of them. We'll see when we can get them in. This doggone girls basketball is just chewing up everybody's time, and I love it, though. Watch the Salem tournament this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be there all day long on Saturday, championship day at the Salem tournament. Have a great weekend. We'll see y'all next time on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey.